we up and live?
We're almost.
Almost. Oh, I got a live indicator on the screen.
We are up and live.
Okay. We can start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
We will call this regular meeting to order. You have sufficient enough for attendance?
We have a quorum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we do have a quorum. We do have some new people. I don't know if you want to just have them introduce themselves.
Yeah, before we move on, we can go around and introduce everybody. For those that haven't met me, my name is Matt D'Esposito. I've been sitting on this committee for quite some years now. I do have, my original background is in EMS. I was working as a paramedic before I moved on to work for the town. And I also sit on the board of directors for NEMS. We can just start down the line.
Okay, my name is Michelle Dickinson, and I was a nurse for 40 years. I'm retired. My first committee, I do work for the registrar's office at election time, and I hope I like this as much as I like that.
Good.
I'm Edward Noivo. I was with Newington Volunteer Ambulance in 1977 in old Company 1. And then I migrated to professional ambulance at the time and also AMR. I've worked in New York City in a firehouse there in St. Vincent's Hospital. And I'm currently involved in CERT. And I'm also on with the Newington Senior Center. I'm one of their volunteers. I'm on also their commission there.
I'm Hilda Nieves, one of the town council folks, Democratic side. And my history, my background, I am retired. I retired from the state of Connecticut. I worked for them in adult probation and bail services. So my background is criminal justice. I retired in 2010 after 33 years of service. I also have a history of working with abused and neglected children facing foster care placement. I did that. I volunteered for 2 years and worked in a professional capacity with the children for 4 years. And following that, I worked with abused sexual assault victims and looked to secure housing placements for them and provided a range of services. I have volunteered for the town during election times. I not only volunteered for this town, but also volunteered for Hartford because I do speak 2 languages. I've done other volunteer work as well. I've worked with the Red Cross volunteer. I did that for a couple of years. And a little bit more about my personal side. I've been in town, oh my God, a total of almost 30 years. I'm married. I have 2 children and an adult grandchild that we raised.
Great.
And Bill, how about you?
Bill McCarthy, retired nurse.
I'm jealous of all you retired people.
You gotta stay active though.
Yeah,
Yeah, today's Saturday, right?
Yeah, right.
every day is Saturday.
Every
for
day is
you.
Saturday.
It seems like every day is Monday for me, though. Okay, so
Okay.
one item that has been put on hold until we filled up our ranks because there was some vacant seats was the election of officers. I was serving as vice chairman when we had an unfortunate situation where we lost our chairman and have taken over since. And we've been waiting for appointments and all that so that we can kind of move forward with we wanted the appointments to go through and both sides were filled up before we move forward with election of officers.
Sorry, before I interrupt, we have one member trying to get here. She said she is, she's here, but she thought it was Zoom only. So we're just, if we wait 2 seconds, we'll have one more person.
Okay.
Is Carol coming back or is she?
I don't know. I just got the email that said her term had expired. She didn't indicate if she was gonna continue or not.
Alright,
Let me find
I know
where
that
she is.
they expire a weird time, like June or something like that.
Yeah.
If someone's term expires, they have to be reappointed, correct?
Correct. You can serve de facto for a period of time, until you are reappointed, but how are you doing?
I found it. I was in the other building for a minute, but.
Thank you for coming.
Are you with AMR?
I am.
I used to work for Harvey Kagan.
Oh,
That's a few shifts ago.
Yes. A long time ago.
Even not long after.
Silestine Highway. This room has never been so quiet.
I'm sorry, I put yours down.
What's that?
I was putting all the name tags down.
Oh,
I didn't want everybody else to sit in front of somebody else's name. I think we're just waiting for one more member that
Just trying to sign
DJ
up.
was just trying to help,
Or maybe she's coming in the door.
possibly.
is the door left open when, because they anticipate, well, there's a meeting scheduled and parties can come in?
Yes, there,
What time do they open that door generally? If
I believe, I don't know if it's on a timer as much as somebody is able, there's a
Monitors
key panel,
it,
there's
yeah,
a key
I know.
panel that you can,
Opens it.
Well, I forgot
convert
my
it to
little-
to
I
lock,
forgot my,
your fob.
thing, yeah,
Yep.
and, I called AJ because I was on the rules committee yesterday with AJ and,
Yeah,
he said, I'm on my way, Hilda, so, and the door was locked. I've been up there since 10:00.
I think they, when they know there's certain meetings, they might
Mhm.
keep it open. And we're one of the smaller, lesser known meetings.
Yeah,
No.
Nope.
Sure she'll come in. A quick walk. I don't know where she
Is
went.
the, is it open or is it fob?
All the
access
doors are
only?
open.
Okay.
So, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, we were waiting for appointments so that we can move, we didn't want to rush, nominating officers until we had appointments made. So I think it's about time we actually have some duly elected officers. I was looking to step down and help as much as I can, but I wasn't looking to hold any position at this point unless the committee so sees fit that they need my assistance. Do I have anybody that would like to nominate somebody for a chairperson position?
I don't know anybody, so I don't feel as though I should.
Yeah, it's someone, basically, you're just gonna, DJ is the town staffer that's assigned to the committee. He does a lot of the background work. You're just here to kind of help run meetings and keep everything on track, and we'll be the one communicating with, there's some usually communications through DJ when it comes to talking to the town manager and everything like that.
So I know Ed had indicated he
Yes.
might be interested. Bill, would you be interested in a position?
I have an issue because I'm on the health district also. And I have a meeting right after this one, and I don't know if that's gonna be a conflict. I don't have any problem with running for any of the offices or volunteering for any of the offices.
Okay. So if Michelle or somebody wants to nominate, I mean, Ed said he might be interested in doing it. So if there's a nomination and a second,
I'll nominate Ed.
Second,
one second.
Any other nominations? Looks like you're running unopposed.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay, thank you. I won't let you down.
okay. So we just got to take a vote. All
Yep.
oppo- Aye.
Aye.
Ed, you're in charge.
Yep.
Do I continue the meeting? You'd have to continue.
You're more than welcome to continue.
Okay, do we have any nominations for vice chairperson?
I nominate Matt. You said you would be willing to do it.
Bill, would you want to step up and do it, or?
I can do it.
So we have a motion for Bill, William or Bill? How do you prefer your name?
Either one, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
So we actually need an official nomination.
I nominate Bill for vice chairman. Do we have a second?
second. And we have, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any abstentions, any comments? Okay, I guess you're in.
Hey,
Okay, now we have another nomination for secretary.
I think that party may be here.
That sounds like it might be,
Oh,
John Terry.
With the committee's permission, I don't think there's a need for secretary or treasurer. And I think it might be an opportunity at the next meeting to bring up a potential ordinance change to remove those.
Yeah,
This
we've
com-
never held a budget.
Yeah, this
And
committee doesn't have any.
In my
money.
experience, we've never had a treasurer. And as far as the secretary is concerned, usually minutes have been coming from the town side.
Yep. That would just be my suggestion. So officially, I would make a suggestion to the chair to table those two items, C and D, for our next meeting.
Okay, we'll table nomination of secretary and nomination of treasurer for our next meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did everyone have a chance to read, the approval of the agenda?
I make a motion to accept the agenda as published.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Do we have any public participation? Do we have any public participation?
Nobody online.
Nobody online. Do we have minutes of the last meeting?
Oh, the last meeting, there was no quorum, so it was just a workshop only, so there's no need to approve anything.
Okay. Can we get the reports from Newington EMS?
So Newington EMS hasn't been generating reports as of yet. There's been ongoing discussion with coordination with the town as far as dispatch and getting data to them, and that has been making some vast improvements. Chief Mangan was unable to attend today, so he can't really speak on that matter. But we can move on to the AMR reports.
Okay. And do we have anyone that could give a report for the AMR, please?
Yep, you guys have been supplied with the last 3 months of reports from AMR. That's October, November, and December. Typically, we are looking at the priority 1 and priority 2 percent compliance. Looking at October, we're both 90% compliant for priority 1s and 97.4% compliant with priority 2s. Moving on November, you have 98 and 92% respectively. And into December, you have 93 and 93. The gold standard for them to reach is 90% for each one, which they have met these last 3 months. Through the, there was some discussion back in one of the previous meetings when we were looking at summertime data. There was some, there was the occasional months where compliance did drop into the 80s, but that was expected with call volume increases and everything that played in during the summertime. So they have shown a improvement back into standard.
And they're trending upward?
They have trended back upward, up over 90%. I believe we do have our AMR representative, who isn't a sitting member of the committee, but usually comes to speak on their behalf, and he can add anything he would like.
No, we definitely, we saw the shortages, we made some staffing changes and remodeled some positions so we can make that compliant. So we didn't have that dip in the summer and like, run reports of that. We've been compliant, but no one's in August or September.
There was some spikes in call volume during the summer that tends to lend to that, those percentages also.
Now, the question I have as far as AMR's response times, what hours do you, I mean, I know we used,
Yep, so currently there's Newington's a rather unique community, where the state violates its own guidelines as far as how it deals with certificates of operation. And typically they're by geography, but in Newington, they happen to be by time. So evenings and weekends are covered by NEMS, and weekdays are covered by AMR. And then AMR is contracted by NEMS for paramedic coverage 24/7. Is the kind of the
For when that was on.
I think that is tied into the, so you have, the other confusing part is you have a town to NEMS contract, which is going to be a topic of conversation tonight. You have a town to AMR contract, and then you have an AMR to NEMS contract. And that's what the AMR to NEMS contract covers, the paramedic coverage, and I believe it's also covered in that contract, if I remember correctly.
And the other, like you said, I stepped
Yeah.
in when Brandon and now Kate weren't available. I can know the last time we went through contracts that they were 3 separately written contracts, like specific to mutual aid, specific to the paramedic level service, and then the primary service Monday through Friday.
Yeah, because the Monday through Friday contracting is actually with the town.
and as far as, where do you respond from?
So we post, during our primary coverage hours, we post an ambulance in the center of Newington, so we spawn within generally the neighborhood of NEMS. Where our posting location is at Maine. So we post up in that area, so we're spawning generally from center. Same thing during the nights, and actually quite in the weekends when we have the intercept, the paramedic that's a contractor from town, again, stays center, they respond from within town. For mutual aid, we're responding or Hartford, depending if NEMS is out on call in the night, we'll shift resources from West Hartford towards Newington or into the center of Newington once the call's been confirmed.
When I was involved with professional prior to MAR, they would have a deal like if Newington was down a little bit and West Hartford was down, they would be right on the line. So you're saying that actually you respond from the center of town, you don't cover two towns at once?
No, we dedicate a resource to Newington. So, the best way to describe it, because like Matt described, depending on the time of the day and the day of the week, we may or may not be the primary response. Regardless of who's covering the primary response in town, when that first unit goes out, we put resources into the center of town.
You move it in, yeah.
Yes.
I did that as dispatch.
Yeah, so yeah, we do, once that primary unit goes out, regardless of who's responsible for it, we start moving resources into the town.
Great.
DJ, it might be a good idea that we distribute the
Oh,
contract.
Yeah, I'll send out the contract, but, and just so you know, as far as the times, for EMD purposes, AMR does get an extra 3 minutes to respond if they EMD the call. But I mean, they're compliant regardless, so.
Old business. CAD integration.
So, Chief Mangan isn't here to speak on that, but I could speak from the PD side. They have implemented the ESO integration, which is ciphering. It's kind of similar to the CAD to CAD link we have with AMR. It goes more to their RMS system. However, they do get information directly at the creation of a call now, similar to AMR gets. And that gives them the data and statistics they need that meet all the federal reporting guidelines. And they don't have to do a lot of the manual data entry that they used to have to do. So
Okay. The meeting schedule, that's new business.
So typically this committee meets quarterly on the third Thursday of the first month of the quarter. But that's obviously, I know there's been some discussion in the past about amending that meeting schedule. So it's up to the committees. You can discuss.
So the majority of our meetings usually consist of keeping everybody apprised and going over of the reports from AMR. And also, we do get some information ciphered about concerns over certain calls sometimes. It just creates a bit of a forum that we could bring those up. And then there are issues, for instance, like the CAD integration, radios, et cetera, that do come into play sometimes. Typically, meeting quarterly, we during normal business type time, there's really not a whole lot to talk about besides the reports. So we can entertain the concept of maybe going to twice a year or something like that. There are times that our workload increases when the town EMS plan needs to be drafted and reviewed. And that increases our workload where we could call special meetings. And then there will be some talk about a service contract between the town and Newington EMS, which might also create some additional work. So the question is whether we want to keep quarterly meetings as our regularly scheduled meetings, or go to a lesser timeframe. But we can always call special meetings as the needs arise.
In my opinion, this is something very important to the town. And other commissions I'm in, we have monthly.
Mhm.
We have a couple months off during the summer. I would like to still keep April's meeting as April's meeting.
Mhm.
And then see what we could possibly do from then on.
We could set that was just a point of conversation
Yeah,
that was
I'm
out
just
there. So
thinking-
we can make a motion for either way, and we can continue to operate where we call it quarterly, if you would like.
I think that would be beneficial to the town. It's quarterly, because it's only quarterly. And as you say, if something special happens
Four
up,
meetings a year, and I'm new to this committee, and so I have to get some perspective. And I don't know how many of the other folks here are new as well, but I'd like to get some history and just get acclimated.
I'm new,
before
I'm
we
in the
make,
same boat.
You
I'm new, so I kind of need to get my feet on the ground.
Well, I will put a motion forward that we continue a quarterly meeting on the same schedule we've been following.
Nice. Second.
Was it third Thursday of the first month of the quarter? Did I get that right?
You did.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And just for the record, that will be April 16th, July 16th, and October 15th.
Here in July.
The only,
October.
yeah, see, the only one I can't do is the
Yeah.
July.
Yeah, I can't do July.
I can't do the July one, so maybe we could on that, but I could definitely do the April one. I already have it on my calendar.
Can we
Also-
defer it by a week in July? Would that be a problem?
July,
You could quite honestly, if there's going to be an issue, you may not have any discussion other than reviewing the report. So you could cancel that meeting and then just take up the regular business in October.
we could actually, when we have the April meeting, we could decide the next meeting from that point.
It is on the calendar. It is on the calendar in the town clerk's office for quarterly. So in April, you can have a couple months to think about it, and then you can decide if you want to hold it, cancel it, move it, whatever you want to do.
Okay, great.
Okay.
The schedule. We already went over the response time. And as far as the service contract between the town of Newington and Newington EMS,
I think DJ can speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, I'll speak to that. So, currently, and I don't know all of the details, but currently, the way that the legal document is, it's a lease for the building and a service contract, kind of all mixed together. So the town manager has asked, he's asked the facilities director, and I believe the assistant town manager are working on the lease for the building between the town of Newington and NEMS. He's asked me to bring up to this committee to work on or engage NEMS with a service contract. And the direction that he would like this committee to go in is to have the contract concurrent with the AMR contract. So just again, for some history, the AMR contract between the town and AMR is typically a 2-year agreement. This committee decided to extend the contract at the last negotiation for only 1 year, to put it on a 2-year cycle, which would then be concurrent with everything else. So the AMR contract is going to expire June 30th of 2026, which is obviously the next point on the agenda. But
Yeah, it matched by extending it 1 year, it matched the town AMR contract with the NEMS AMR contract so that they are concurrent on the same schedule now.
and I believe it also lines up with the EMS plan, the local EMS plan, which is every 2-year presentation. So again, this committee would oversee that or provide some guidance on creating that contract between NEMS and the town. So if that's acceptable to the committee, you would just take a vote to draw up a contract, which I'll do. It'll go to the committee members. It'll go to the, I would assume the NEMS Board of Directors. There may be a meeting if we can do it by April. If you want to have a special meeting to discuss anything, but ultimately the goal is to have it done for the end of June. And then that way it would be effective 7/1 through 2 years. And then the same timeframe as the AMR contract. If that makes sense. I know there's a lot of dates in there.
That does make sense.
Okay.
We have no public participation?
Well, you have one more.
It was
So-
a combination.
So take a, I would say just take a vote to, a motion and a second for the development of a service contract between the town of Newington and Newington EMS.
So we want a contract between Newington and AMR.
So that's
Yeah.
their next item.
Yeah, so we're doing, so I move that we create a service contract between the town of Newington and Newington EMS.
Okay, I'll second that. All
Who's
in-
chair? Who's acting chair?
All
in
in favor? I'm sorry, all in favor?
Aye.
Any
I'll
opposed? No.
I'll abstain due to my position on the NEMS board.
Okay,
One abstention.
one abstention.
And now D. So same discussion. It would just be, the town manager wanted just this on the agenda that, the NEMS, the town contract with AMR expires June 30th. So that's going to be on the radar, to basically renew, with any changes. And that's usually presented by AMR's, I believe, legal department. They'll send that over. But ultimately you'll have an opportunity to review that, and discuss it at the April meeting. So you don't have to take action on that yet.
Okay.
I've got a question. If they're gonna send it over for us to review, would we get that with some anticipation so that when we meet again in April, we have the information that if we have any questions, any comments at that time?
Yeah, I'll reach out to Kate and then she can start the process and we'll give her that.
And there are provisions in the contract that if it's not signed by July 1, it continues de facto as it stands. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden EMS coverage in the town just stops. So
Yeah.
there are provisions that if it does go beyond, if it does go beyond July 1, it continues de facto until a new contract is signed. Well, we'll distribute the current contract.
Yep, I'll email that out to everybody, the current, so you can kind of review it and see. It's pretty standard, so.
I think the only change that was made in the last drafting of the contract was changing the time frame so that it lined up with everything else.
Okay. And we have no public participation here. Now, one question that can I get do we have everyone that's here now that's part of the committee, or is there anyone not here besides Carol?
So,
There's somebody
Every-
else missing. Can't figure out who it is. Is
Carol,
Diana still on?
I have,
I don't think she was.
so the roster that I have is Carol Anist, Denise Talbot. I'm sorry, you missed the introductions.
Yes, yes.
Matt
There was-
D'Esposito.
Definitely some miscommunication because I came here and was told there's no meeting going on here. It's probably upstairs. I went upstairs and there is a meeting going on, but not this meeting.
Oh.
They said, oh, it's on Zoom. It's only on Zoom. I tried to go on Zoom, couldn't go on Zoom.
We're here.
And that's when I send the message, but I had already started driving home to go on Zoom.
Diane Kutaya.
That's me.
I'm sorry. So Denise Talbot is not here. So she's the member that's,
Okay.
And Michelle. I can-
So that'll have to be noted.
we'll know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And can we get phone numbers of all the members, so in case we need to contact each
Email
other?
addresses.
Yep, it's posted online, but I can email it all out to you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That would be great.
I think until we get to know one another, I don't know anyone here other than, we've been at the.
Well, I recognize
But to
you.
have one another's
and
Yes.
information.
I know, of course, you, I know
Yeah.
TJ.
Yeah.
Now I know you, now I know you.
Mhm.
But so it's like, we need to know each other and
Yes.
understand exactly what we're doing. Haven't been involved in it in a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm excited to be back in the seat.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that we want to talk about? I know that's not part of the agenda, but before we put a motion to adjourn, or do we need to?
I think I'll give you your motion to adjourn.
Okay, okay.
I'll second it.
I'll second that.
And the meeting is adjourned at 6:35.
Good job, Gene.
All right, have a good night, Bill.
Bye.
Okay.
Nay.